They're embarrassed because you were never trying to impress them. Someone convinced themselves that you were doing things to perform to impress them, but now they're pretending not to care, and you can do better. They always knew that you could do better. Now they see that you are doing better, like there's been a glow up. Maybe physical, maybe some other way. You go through something that suddenly makes you more physically attractive, or even in some other way. It could just be success. People all of a sudden act like you're more physically attractive because you're making more money or something. Whatever it is that's making you more attractive, this person thought if it ever happened that they would be the first ones to get with you. Like maybe you're just single for the first time in a while. You're unattached and they've been waiting for that. Look, they're pretending not to care that they're watching you go out with other people or watching you get attention from other people. That really hurts them. No way out. This is what they feel like they're going through. Trapped with no way out. You know what? That's about contacting you or saying anything. It could be they're in a relationship already. They can't contact you, but they feel trapped. They feel bound. Like there's stuff they want to say, but they can't. Okay, look, tied down came out. Tied. Like their hands are tied. Tied up, tied down, something. But they feel like they can't fully be open with you and can't fully give you anything. There's distance. Okay, that's another thing. It could be there is actual physical distance. Like maybe at one time you lived closer together and now you don't. Or maybe you don't even know where they live right now. Just got that for somebody. Some of you, that's the case. Like you might not even be able to search for them. But they really thought, like, they're so embarrassed because they told people that eventually you were going to be theirs or something. Or that, I mean, really, they thought they had this. They did. But they don't realize, sorry if I'm scratching, I don't know if I'm allergic to something or what's going on here, but this person really thought that you didn't have other options or something. Or that they were the best option. What would they say to you? What would they say? Okay, I want you. I did a whole reading that I deleted because I just felt like I was supposed to. You know, that just happens sometimes, but this was the card that came out. I want you. So yeah, they don't want to show that. They don't want to show that. That's why they're pretending not to care. Someone very, very sensitive about being found out or about sending their love to someone unrequited. Like this would really cause them to be ashamed. Like the fact that you're not reciprocating. That puts this person into a deep shame spiral. Put it that way, okay? They don't know what to do about this. They just had their hopes up. And it's really that other people are talking about it as well. Like, hey, did you see they're single? Are they with you yet? Have they contacted you? And they know that nobody's contacted them. Like, you haven't contacted. This was really supposed to happen. This person really thought it was going to happen. A little too sure of themselves, huh? A little too proud of themselves. Just got that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go through all these. Held back for reasons beyond my control. That's the pride. That's really them being stuck in their head with their own ego. Not knowing how to overcome that. No one compares to you. You were dishonest and your intuition is strong. Whatever's quietly going through your mind, and if nothing is, if you're like, this isn't for me, it's okay. Feel free to listen anyway, but whatever's quietly going through your mind, if there's symbols or events or people, pay attention. Don't act on it. You know, keep it quiet. Let it manifest in the 3D before you ever act on anything like that. But like, they still feel like their hands are tied. This goes back to that tied down card. The trapped, held back, still holding back. Your intuition has felt this person tugging at you. They say you were dishonest. It's like dishonest emotionally. They feel like if you had been more open, they could have been more open. Like trying to put it back on you. Well, I would have been more open about my feelings. I would have confessed my feelings if they had confessed first or something. That's not confessing. That's just reciprocating, you know. But they don't see it that way. They really should have made the first move. I'm going to be honest. That's exactly what I get is they could try to put it back on you all they want, but they should have made the first move, and now they're suffering for it. You know? saying that you misled them, wondering if you just didn't like them or something. They really thought all this time that you were trying to impress them, okay? And you know what? I'm getting this in a different direction as well. Like, not just for this one person, but a whole group. It's like there's been a whole group or something watching you from your past, thinking that their words were actually getting through to you. Like, they might even have some kind of hate group devoted to you or something. And you know what's funny is you don't even know about it. You don't even know about it. They think you're sitting around, taking their advice in their little hate group, and you're not even aware. They think they have had some impact on your life. They have not. Wow. Yeah, it's like two separate scenes, two separate, alternate stories going on. It's like going between scenes here. Different people. What else? What else? I felt abandoned by you. They're heartbroken. Again, the you were dishonest card. They feel like you held back on purpose. They really feel like it's you who should have put it out there. But no. If anything, it was equal, okay? Like, one of you could have, but they could have. But why are they saying that you should have, Frustrating. They're a little bit frustrating. You need to know that you were protected. Really protected. You're still being protected. Because this person, they think there's a mismatch now. Like, you might even be single. Look, if you want to talk to this person, if you're like, I am open and single and I am ready, leave them a comment below, but don't do anything else. Don't contact them unless they've already contacted you, unless you have actually heard from them, okay? But some of you may have. And when I say heard from them, I mean they contacted you about this, But anyway, they might have just contacted you all of a sudden, and you're like, why? What's going on? This is it. They're trying to feel you out. Spill tea, Oracle deck. Trying to feel you out. A lot of people are doing that because people feel like you just skated right past them in life. Seriously, it's like someone with their hand, like you're walking around, walking down a street, a very, very busy street, like down like Manhattan or someplace, someplace very busy with a lot of people walking down a street, keeping up with the crowd. They're walking towards you, like, hey, stop! And like this whole time, like maybe they're just sitting there on the sidewalk, outside a store or something. And this whole time, they think that you've been paying attention walking by, but really, you just walked by. Didn't even slow down for them. They saw what they wanted to see. They could not even slow you down. They're not even sure they got your attention now. That really bothers them. They wanted your attention. Your attention is everything. Awareness, like where you are right now, like just your present tense awareness is everything. It's everything. What you're focusing on at any given moment. Confession, somebody about to confess their true feelings. They're going to have to because they realize now that you weren't even paying attention. So yeah, coming up with different scenarios, wondering how they can get your attention again. How could you not see them? Do they have to trip you next time? Oh, they better not even try. I think the last reading I just put out here was about how some people, or at least recent, about some people will make up a problem, like people who leave me comments and they say stuff like, you seem upset in this video, you seem annoyed, are you okay? Like they just want to engage in conversation. They don't realize I'm taking that as an insult because, anyway, they're trying to make up something to talk to me. And, that's kind of what's going on here too. This person wants to do that, I should say. They've thought about that. Don't do it. If the person's watching this, don't do it. Don't make up a problem to talk to someone. You don't know how they're going to respond. They may not respond how you think, and I've had so many people do that to me, and it has gone wrong because I don't respond like a normal person. A lot of people don't. And you know what? It's not even responding like a normal person. It's not about responding like some weirdo. It's about just not, smart people don't expect everybody to have the reaction they have, okay? Everybody has a different reaction to things. You cannot expect people... Just like food, you can't expect your favorite food to be everybody's favorite food. Some people might even be allergic. But anyway, it's just not very mature. This is very immature when people start doing that kind of crap. Quiet contentment, that's what they're looking for. That's what they don't have in their life right now. They feel trapped. Overthinking, temporary distance, ulterior motives. Overthinking. Okay, this is exactly what's going on, because I got distance earlier, and now I'm getting temporary distance, which is what they hope it is. They are afraid that you have seen their ulterior motives and that you're not getting the right idea, because they don't think their ulterior motives are bad. I mean, ulterior motives don't have to be bad, you know? Sometimes people, well, it's just like giving a kid medicine and not telling them it's medicine, you know? Like, if you have dogs, then sometimes they have these medicated dog treats. Sometimes you got a trick, okay? If it's for their own good. If it's for their own good, but who's to decide that this is for your good? You know, this isn't for your good, you know? So that's the big difference. But they think it is. They're projecting. Oh, this is someone who really does that. That is so frustrating. That is one of the most frustrating issues. And a lot of it's a sign of arrested development in a person. You know, somebody who just isn't emotionally mature at all. Just people who truly expect other people to think exactly like them. Expect people to make every decision they would make. People who make decisions on your behalf because they don't realize that maybe you feel strongly about certain things. It's really a lack of emotional maturity, a lack of empathy. You are protected from a lot. Like I said, this person doesn't have quiet contentment. Like, they want this. Like, this is, I don't know if you can see it, it's just two people sitting beside each other, looking very content, looking at a sunset, maybe a sunrise. But they want that with you. They want to just be able to have a moment of peace, but they don't realize it's going to have to start with them. You don't bring the peace. They have to bring the peace themselves. Just got this. This person they feel trapped with. This is them. This is on them. This is on them. They actually have it pretty good. They're just really discontent, just weird about some stuff. And if they were with you, it would not be any better. I'm sorry to tell you both that. Not really, because I think some of you are just like, yeah, I know. But they don't realize that. This person is the common denominator. If they're miserable all the time in every relationship, that's why. Some of you got away from this person fast, or as soon as you realized things weren't going to change, because unfortunately, these people, I've known them my whole life, and you know, maybe I'm even that way myself. I think a lot of us can have that arrested development. And no, I don't mean the TV show or the group. I just mean true, like, it's a mental health thing. You can look it up. Just where you're just sort of developmentally delayed. That's what they'd call it in, like, children, like young children, call it developmental delays. And, you know, adults have that because it sort of carries over. You don't really outgrow certain things. You just sort of stop developing emotionally at a certain level. It doesn't mean you can't learn later. Some people never do because they don't realize there's a problem, or they don't know how to learn. Really, that's why we got to have grace and mercy. And it doesn't mean letting the person hurt you again. It just means, you know what, I'm not going to let you hurt me again. We don't have to talk. But you can't expect that much out of some people. Some people, you're not going to get what you want out of them. You're not going to get that thing you expect. They're just not capable. They're not capable of giving you the love that you deserve. That's really what's going on. This person doesn't realize that. They're experiencing this because they're not putting out the love they want to receive back. And you know, that's a hard lesson. I think a lot of us could say that. Okay? Like, you can't really go into a relationship expecting to be treated better than you're treating the other person. Common sense should tell you that, but you know, a lot of people go into it expecting to be served by the other person, you know. Wow, that's what they went into this with, and the other person's really not having it. They both are feeling trapped, if you want to know the truth. Okay, 3 cards. You attract healthy relationships. Your body is healthy and strong. This keeps coming out. And you are jealous of no one. They want you to be jealous. That's the thing. They would not be above trying to make you jealous. Gosh, some of these people, not all of them, definitely not all of them. Because I just got, some of you are in retirement villages or something. But I got some of them are like married with several children, school-age children. And they got to be careful what they're doing. They're going to get caught. Karma's going to catch up to them, even if it's misery. Look, I keep getting this. I got that earlier about someone who's just so miserable, and I left this out of that reading, but Stockholm Syndrome, battered person syndrome, things that take a toll on you. I'm not saying the person's really battered, but I'm saying it goes hand in hand. Like, if you're in a bad situation, even if it's one you created, even if it's your own fault, I know, make your bed, you got to lie in it, right? Look, somebody can go miserable. Somebody lying in that bed they made, they're going to do everything they can to self-medicate. They're going to find the joy where they can. They're not finding much joy right now. Wow. Pretending not to care. You were supposed to be trying to impress them. It's like that person who thinks that you were flirting with them. One time I was out with my friend, and this just in the past 10 years, she thought this guy was flirting with her, and he was not. That's all I'm going to say. Don't go accusing somebody of flirting with you, okay? They might not have been. All right. It's exactly that. Now, it doesn't mean the person won't consider it, because this friend of mine ended up getting this guy's phone number. I would watch her do this stuff. She was very bold and with men in public, getting phone numbers and stuff. And she got this guy's phone number, and I think they talked anyway, but it started out with her accusing him, saying, no, you were right there in that car watching me. We were watching each other. He's like, no, I wasn't. I was on my phone with my friend. And I believe him. Okay, but he was like, okay, I'll go for it. Like, anyway, they might consider it anyway, but man, assumptions. I'm just getting some real assumptions being made here. But no, they can't make you jealous. No. Just know they might be doing some things, doing some weird stuff to try to make you jealous, get your attention, but let's just stop there, okay? You attract healthy relationships. Your body is healthy and strong, and you are jealous of no one. It is spoken, it is written, and so it is. Amen.